Hi, and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk, and we are in our Q4 prep series here about all things Amazon during Q4. So today's video is talking about FBM. And if you have seen my videos before and you don't believe me about FBM, I'm just going to keep saying it. You need to add FBM to your Q4 plan because it is highly profitable, it's super fast moving, and there's like a million other reasons that you got to do it. So I'm going to break down a bunch of different things about FBM in this video today. If you have only done FBA, I promise you FBM is not scary at all. It can seem confusing, but after you've sent a couple orders out, you probably maybe might lose some money. You can quickly adjust your shipping templates and make some changes to what you were doing and where you went wrong to make it profitable in the future. But if you make a mistake, if you have to cancel an order, if you didn't charge enough for shipping, lost profit on something, it's all learning and you will get it better. And I always recommend, so what is this, like the beginning of August? Try it out right now so that you are ready to go during Q4. So the Q4 Bolo group is just, I think 2 weeks away now, maybe 3. It opens August 25th. The doors will open. If you want to be on the early access, if you are seriously interested in joining, I have an email list that you can sign up for to be the first to know when signups happen, because signups will be happening a little bit before the doors open, because last year my Q4 Bolo group sold out in just 3 days. So once we hit 200 sellers, that's it. The doors close for the year. So if you would like to be on the early access list where you get 3 days before the general public to know about it opening, you can sign up at yoursellingguide.com/early access. I will drop the link below where you can sign up if you want to be the first to know to be able to secure your spot. Just like last year in 2023, there will be a one-time purchase option where it's a little bit less money than or you can do the 2 payment option if you need to break it up over 2 months. So those are going to be available for you even with the early access code. This Q4 is going to be bigger and better than ever. We have 8 lives. One of those will be training on how to create bundles, either with a generic, a trademarked name, or you can do brand approval if you want to. And in the course or in the live training where I'm going to go over all of that, that'll be early September so that you can get ready and start listing for Q4. But I'm going to go over all of those options. And then of course there's the Bolo group, which you're going to see throughout this video some of the praise and like how helpful it is, especially about FBM. So definitely stay tuned, sign up for the early access, and the doors are opening shortly, and it's the best time of year. Okay, so very quickly, a couple of reasons why you would want to FBM. First of all, like I mentioned earlier, it's fast turning and high profit. There's less fees with FBM. So if you were going to send something FBA versus FBM, you're going to pay less Amazon fees with FBM, and you control the shipping. I don't know about you, but how many times have you sent something to Amazon and they say they never got it, right? Or when you get something from Amazon, it's dinged up, it's all dusty and dirty. Sometimes they just slap a label right on the product. During Q4, you want everything to be considered a gift, like you were going to give this to someone as a gift. So it needs to be nice, new, no dinged packaging, and wants to look pristine, right? So with FBM, you take that control back over. Also, some things get compliance documents. So Halloween costumes, you guys, are going to get hit with compliance documents. They already have started to this summer. So it's going to happen during, when Halloween is here. So definitely, if you don't have the compliance documents, you can't sell it. They're going to pull your listing. So you want to FBM them so that if the listing gets pulled, you can either, you can either list it again on like eBay or Poshmark or wherever you want to list it outside of Amazon, Walmart, or you can just return it to the store. So with FBA, you will be kind of screwed because you would have sent it in and now you got to wait for it back and you're tying up your capital. And if I can say one thing about Q4, you got to have as much capital as possible. The other thing is not only is Amazon could lose your stuff, they always lose my Halloween stuff. It's like an annual thing, and then they'll find it in the summertime. It's ridiculous. But they could lose your stuff, or the warehouses could get backed up. So your stuff might arrive to the warehouse, but it's not going to be checked in and like received and everything It could take a couple of weeks or it could take a month, and you will notice if you have a warehouse that's starting to get backed up. And so that's another reason why you want to FBM. The main reason you want to FBM are those chases. So there was an awesome couple of chases last year in the Q4 Bolo group. There's bound to be a couple this year as well. We were chasing down Halloween costumes. Last year was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I have no idea what it's going to be this year. We will definitely be talking about the group though. And you just never know. There was also, I'm not going to totally give it away because it's an annual thing, but there was another item that only specific people, I think in the Midwest were really able to find and get, but they were selling the heck of a lot of them. So let me just highlight some of the reasons from Q4 group sellers why you want to FBM. So this one is from Rachel. This is the one I was talking about. Basically, she went on a White Claw run and she was looking for these at other stores, but you can see all of these orders that she got for this one item, and she showed her photos of the things in 24 hours. This is what she was able to do. There's not that really ability to flip stuff that quickly with FBA, right? Like you can have she could have sold this all in 24 hours, but she would have had to find it earlier. And then of course we all know what happens with Amazon and price tankers. It will start to go down. The cool thing is, well, it was this way, but it's kind of been changing more recently, but price tanking is not as bad of a thing during Q4, but it's definitely still there. So you never know. And the reason it's not as bad is because those lowball sellers will just sell out really fast and the price will come back up. But you want to be able to flip stuff really fast. So here is Rachel's example of 24 hours selling these things for $44 to $49 above the buy box. This is just another one because this was Jessica's first Q4 last year. I cannot wait until next Q4. You all tried to tell me, but I still had no idea. This is awesome. I love this game. It's the most fun because you just are like flipping. It feels like you're flipping and making money to like crazy extremes. I've shared this in the past. Q4, those 3 months, I make over half of my total profit for the whole year in those 3 months, which is why I don't really care as much about the beginning half of the year, and I focus mostly on Q4. This is Amelia, 79 orders this week, 4 FBA orders, 75 FBM orders. So she said, hey everyone, I know some of you are nervous or just starting FBM. I wanted to share how impactful it can be. I do this part-time, so I'm late sending in FBA shipments since my child was sick. I usually do a mix of both. I dropped off 29 orders at the post office and UPS this morning. I have 7 already today. I know there are folks who do way more, but if life knocks you down and you don't have time to prep and send in, FBM and keep your cash flow going. Amy said, happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful to Nikki in this group. I had my best sales day yesterday since starting Amazon 18 months ago. I've been selling 8 of those pretty pink Corvettes. So that was another item we were chasing last year, was those Barbie Corvettes. And you'll see that a couple more times. Valerie, holy cow, it's not even 7 o'clock, and this is what I woke up to. Is this what it feels like when you brought the winner? I should have kept my prices higher on those Barbie Corvettes. Keep your prices high. They're selling fast. And Jonathan and Julie, this was super exciting because they started Q4 2022, so it was exciting to have their annual, like their 1 year again during Q4. This is the number I've been waiting to see. We saw on this day last year. It's hilarious how high of a number it is, but you can see their progress over the year and Q4 specifically. And then Alicia, this is my first Q4 FBM orders from the weekend sales. I'm so excited as I've never had this many sales in 2 days. I feel like a big timer. FBM is huge. You have to add it to your mix. So start now. If you are nervous, start now. And hopefully throughout this video, you will have some more like tips and how to set up your account for success. But if you're nervous, just start now. Start with something lightweight, fit in a padded envelope, and test it out. I'm not going to go over how to do shipping templates because I've done that a few times in past videos. I will link them in this video so that you can literally just click it, but it's in my Q4 prep from 2022, from 2023. I've gone over because FBM is huge. And if you only do it during Q4, that's perfectly fine, but you want to do it during Q4. I'm not going to get into how to do the templates, but I did want to highlight some things that have changed on Amazon for this year in the shipping template settings. So the first thing is that Amazon now has locations. So if you live, or if you are going to travel somewhere, maybe you're going to spend the month with your family in another state or whatever that is, or a couple weeks, whatever it is, you can add their location, their address as one of your shipping locations. So you want to add that in the locations. I added, just for example, in this video, my parents' Oregon address, even though I'm not going to be there, but just to highlight how it works for you. So you would just go to create a new location, enter in the address, create location. It's literally that simple. In the general shipping settings, there are a couple of new things here that I wanted to highlight. So when you do your locations, it used to be in this general shipping settings was where you could say, I'm going to ship on Saturday. If you're going to ship on Saturday, you can set your handling times, your drop-off time. So if an order comes through for next day afternoon, like 12 o'clock p.m., you can say that's going to be the next day, right? Like you can set your times. I don't do any of that stuff, so I don't have mine set if they're like auto set, but I only offer expedited, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But basically, I am not comfortable and I'm out in the boonies, and so I just do expedited, and I may send it out 2 day or next day, and they will pay for that, but I'm not promising it, so it gives me a little bit more room. So just something to note, this is another new thing here, that the auto request cancellation. So sometimes a buyer will ask for the order to be canceled, and you would just go through and say buyer canceled and cancel it, and it has no effect on your metrics at all. However, they now have this. So if a buyer cancels within an hour, that's how I have mine set up, of placing the order, it's going to auto cancel. I never even really see it. Like I might see the order come through, but I don't have to manually go through and cancel the order like I would. So if they placed it 3 hours ago, I'm going to have to manually do it. And the reason I have it set like that, let me click in here and where you can edit it. It's auto going to be set up for you for a half hour, but I just changed it to an hour. The reason I changed it to an hour versus like 5 hours or whatever so they could do it on their own is because sometimes if I'm packing up orders at noon and something came through that morning, I'm going to pack it up even though it doesn't say I need to send it until tomorrow. I will still pack it up that day. So I didn't want to have it too big of a window where I could have dropped it and they can still cancel it. But you can just change it here. They have the drop down and you can click whatever you want. Like I said, yours is going to be auto set to half an hour, which that's great. Like if you're going to err on the side, I would err on the half an hour, the less, because it's pretty rare, but I have gotten like next day, or if it's an order of the weekend, the buyer will email like the next day and ask for it to be canceled, which again, if I've not sent it, I'm just going to cancel it. Another thing, if you're nervous or you don't have enough time in the day to pack up 150 orders, right? You can set your capacity order handling right here. You would just edit and set it. I don't have that. I have no problem. If people are ordering, I'm going to make sure they get it so I can get my money, right? But if you do want to set it to like 60 orders a day, basically what's going to happen is if you hit 60 FBM orders, it's not going to allow anyone to buy that stuff anymore until the next day. So just something to think about if you want to set it, if you're concerned about how many orders you can physically get out in a day. I'm sometimes packing up late at night. It just depends on you and your schedule. One quick thing I did want to talk about for shipping templates and the new location feature. So if you go to create a new template, you will pick which location. So technically, like you can switch your default location when you are on the move. Like if I'm at my family's house, I'm going to switch my default to that. Or you can just make a whole new template. You can have, I think, up to 20 different templates. I have 4 I use, so I could copy those templates and change the shipping location for them. So I can put, Oklahoma shipping address, and then I'll name my template so that I know when I'm listing, okay, I'm in Oregon buying this. I want to sell it from Oregon. I'm going to put it on my Oregon free shipping template. So you could copy your templates over to the new location if you need to. Most of you probably won't need any of that, so please don't let it bog down. But just so you know now that they have the new locations, you can make new templates based off of locations. One other thing I did want to talk about with shipping. So if you are on the East Coast and you don't want to be shipping, or you want a different price for customers out on the West Coast, I cannot do regional templates for standard shipping or for free shipping, but you can do them when you get to the expedited. So you can see here, this expedited one, I have it set to $12.99 per order plus $3.99 a pound for the West Coast. And literally all you would do is click, like if I want to change it for the Northeast, I remove it there. add it here. And actually, you can even say, I'm not going to ship expedited to the West Coast at all. And you could just delete it and just totally remove it. And again, $12.99. I'm going to say it's more expensive to ship over there. So I check off 1 day and 2 day, and I only offer expedited, but now I can offer more, or they would have to pay more to ship it somewhere where it's further away from me. So definitely play around with those when you're setting up your shipping template. Last thing on shipping templates, charge more than you think it's going to cost. People will pay $50, $60 to get stuff sent expedited. So don't price with your wallet. Price, first of all, you want to make sure you're not losing money on the shipping. So you want to charge that. And I'm not saying you want to make money on the shipping, but sometimes you might make a couple of dollars on the shipping, and hey, if they're going to pay for it, they're choosing to pay for it, right? You're not forcing them to, because you might have a free or standard, or they could buy from another seller. When you are pricing your shipping templates and just pricing in general on Amazon, do not price with your wallet. Do not price thinking I'm the one buying it, because people buy stuff I wouldn't. I sell stuff I would never buy, but if people are going to buy it, I'm going to sell it to them, right? That's why we're doing this. So definitely just take those like blinder thinkers off and price it what its value is, what the demand is, how hot is it, and make sure you're making your money. Okay, with FBM, box size matters. So just because, okay, so 2 Q4s ago is the first time I ever did a bundle. I did a toy bundle. I did a couple of them, but there's one that did way better than the other ones. I can't get it anymore, so I can't replen it anymore, but I've replened it all the way into this summer. So what is that? Almost 2 years, a year and a half of this one bundle that I sold. But what I learned was I was shipping it originally in a box that fit it, but it was kind of big, like literally an inch or two over, like extra on the room. So I finally found a box that fit it perfectly snugly. That saved me a lot of money on shipping. So you want a tight fitting box or packaging to your item, because it's going to save you a lot of money on shipping. And I wanted to highlight one post from the Bolo group. So this is Fanny, and she's just posting how I saved $35 on shipping just by using a smaller box. This is crazy. I was going to use pirate ship, then I just tried a smaller box. This is insane how much money I saved by that small change. Play around with your boxes and save money on shipping. I cannot stress that enough. You want it tight fitting, like as tight fitting to the item as you possibly can. I'm going to jump into supplies now, because I get the free boxes from the UPS. I have a blog. I'll link it below, how to set up your account and get the free boxes. But I'm going to do the smaller one. There are 2 sizes. They're called security boxes. They don't have this photo on my website. I show you what it looks like. You guys, I swear, back in the day, I used to try to just make 8-minute videos, 12-minute videos, because like I think it was the YouTube algorithm, or you couldn't have ads, or to get ads, you had to have a certain long length. I'm trying to do short videos now, and they always end up being like 30 minutes. So thank you for sticking with me. Anyways, this is the free box. It fits a ton of stuff. It's awesome. Toys, cosmetics, like all kinds of stuff fit in this box. Cost me no money. They ship you a box of 50 of them. You can get one a month, or you can call and ask for more, and they will send you as many as you need. So the free UPS boxes. Then I get a bunch of boxes off of Uline. So this is a 4x4 box. I love it. It's perfect. I did try the Boxery, because people were telling me the Boxery is good too. Those boxes, I'm not going to order again. They like weren't even connected. Like I'm going to have to, like this side wasn't even connected. I'm going to have to tape them together. So I won't be ordering from the Boxery again. The other reason I like Uline is because it prints. It's a 4x4x4 box, so I don't have to guess. The Boxery does not have that printed on it, so this makes it really easy. Again, just little, this is a 9x6x4. You want to have all kinds of sizes available. The best thing about FBM is you want to have the supplies on hand, because when you don't, that makes it really hard. So if you're just starting out, go down the Walmart aisle, the shipping aisle, and see if you can find a box that fits it. And then you have the box now, and you can go ahead and list it. Poly mailers, there's these thermal ones, which if you have something that's meltable, then there's just the other kinds. I prefer actually this one because it just feels more sturdy, but I also use these ones. And then there's just the regular old poly mailers. They can be colored, they can be white. So these Oh, I didn't realize I brought all of them. I use this one a lot for plush, things like that. And then I have a really big one that fits big squishmallows. It fits backpacks. It fits a lot of stuff. So poly mailers, they're super cheap. I just ordered another 100 for $10. So was that a penny each? Like super cheap. One other setting to set up all these different box sizes in your Amazon account to make your purchase of shipping so much faster. Let me walk you through this. Shout out to the Q4 Bolo group because someone in that group told me how to do this. So hopefully this helps you. And that was all thanks to the Bolo group. It is not in the regular shipping settings. That's what's weird. So you want to go to your settings and then account info. And then over here on the side, shipping and return information. Then right here, buy shipping preferences. This is where you can set up the different boxes. So I have the free large box, the free small box, and then I have the other boxes I use the most. So 4x4x4, 4x4x8, so that when you go to your purchase the shipping after something's sold, you just select the box and that part's already done for you, and then you enter in the weight and you're good to go. So definitely want to set that up if you don't already have it. Again, thank you to a member of the Q4 group. Who knows what you're going to learn this Q4 in that group, so definitely stay tuned and sign up when it comes out. The last Q4 tip I want to give, which is not really FBM related at all, but if you are liking to travel or you want cash back, I love to travel and it is a goal of mine to get a lay flat flight all the way to Italy, to Europe with my credit card points. I want it free, except for, the taxes that you have to pay. And I'm pretty much almost there. And all of it is because of the credit cards that I use for my Amazon business. So I've highlighted two that I love the most. So Chase Inc. is a business card. You can get my referral where you get points for signing up and then I get points if you sign up for it. So these links are all below, or you can go to yoursellingguide.com/Chase Inc. Chase Inc. is the best credit card for business. If you have a business, you can even do it as an LLC. You just have to, or a sole proprietor, but you get points. You get a sign-up bonus. I know you're going to make those. I think it's like, it depends. It varies, but it's like you spend X amount of money in 3 months, which is super easy to do for a business, right? And then you get all these extra points for there. Why Chase Inc. is good is because you can transfer those points out to a hotel or the travel airlines you want to travel. You move the points and then you book with the airline. Do not get an airline-specific card, specifically Delta. Delta is the worst for points. Like you will pay an exorbitant amount of points versus any other airline. So I don't recommend getting an airline-specific, and I do have 2 of them. I don't recommend airline-specific credit cards. I've actually stopped using those cards and I use my Chase Inc. and my Capital One. Capital One is the other one. So it's a personal card and you can get it at yoursellingguide.com/Capital One. So, or you can get my referral for it and then we both get points, that kind of thing. So with Capital One, it's a personal card, so you don't necessarily have to have a business to sign up, but every single purchase, I get 2 points for every dollar, which I don't have on any of my other cards. There's like certain things, like certain categories with Chase Inc. Well, you'll get like 10 points or 5 points or whatever per dollar. But with Capital One, so literally if I go to Walmart and buy $300 of inventory, I get 600 points. And I have just since January of this year, I'm already up to 150,000 points just on that one card. So you can really, and then again, from there, you'll transfer them out to the other airline carriers that you want or whatever. I'm talking airlines because that's what I want. You can also get cash back if you want to pay your credit card down instead, but I would highly recommend doing the travel if travel is for you. So definitely get a couple. If you're good with credit cards, get a credit card that's making you points this Q4 so that you're making extra money and extra travel, and treat yourself next year because you're going to want it after the Q4 mad rush. Hope this video was helpful. Like I said, all the links are below to everything I referenced, the UPS boxes, the 2 credit cards I recommend with the travel points, the video on how to set up shipping templates in depth. But yeah, FBM, you want to FBM. Believe me, hear everyone else in the group. You want to FBM. So definitely don't be shy and set it up and just do it. And you will know it's super easy once you get it set up. I'll be back next week with more Q4 prep. Don't forget to subscribe and sign up for that early access if you want to join the Q4 Bolo group this year. Until next week, happy sourcing.